Give me 1 second.
My name is Jessica. I am
Perpetual button pushers.
Old enough. Oh, you look surprised. So I'm just kidding.
I swear I've been right
I gotta get Sonya.
Everybody hear me okay? Yeah. Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming today. For those who don't know me, I am Brandy, Danny's niece. He's also survived by his wife, Natalie, and his 2 sons, Austin and Waylon. His brother, Carl, his sister, Judy, and many, many British family members. I've thought over the last several days about what to say, and it was pretty hard to choose what memories I wanted to share with you. I'm only 2 years younger than Danny, so we kind of grew up as siblings, kind of like the Spencers, I think. So I'd like to speak to the good old days. All you know how much Danny loved music. So I'd like to tell you the first song we ever listened to on our 45 record player. It was Almost Paradise by Mike Reno and Ann Wilson. It's a ballad, and if you would like a laugh later, I encourage you to pull it up and listen to it. It might shock you. I also like to share one of the all-time greatest memories and stories that I have. My grandpa took us to the drive-in. I was so little, I can't even remember the movie, but I do remember the ride of a lifetime. I'd say I was 4, Danny 6, Judy 8-ish, something like that. Grandpa put us on top of the Vista Cruiser with the wood panel and basically flew over the mounds at the drive-in. It was very scary, it was very fun, and it was also so thrilling because if my mom found out, she would have blown up over it. But I didn't care. I had my 2 best friends with me and on the ride of a lifetime. There were so many fun times. Family trips to England, fishing at Tippecanoe. I can remember Danny running out of the water, and my mom took this one to the end. She never stopped talking about this one. He made a little song and he said, I got a leech on my leg and I can't get it off. So my mom loved it. It basically became a family joke forever after that. Then there was the time Grandpa was in a really good mood, dark eyes. At 1 a.m., he loaded Grandma, Danny, Judy, and me, my mom, into that same Vista Cruiser, and he thought it would be fun to drive to the Kentucky Derby. So we get there, and he had missed it by a week. Probably the dark eyes. There's all the times we played Army at the original Stout Field playground with Steve Verhey, to convincing me to eat a raw steakum. Also convincing me to eat a lollipop that was so delicious, he said. I did, and it turned out to be a dog treat for Ginger. He also chased me through the house many times with a butcher knife, just to scare the shit out of me. I ran out of the house and put my hands through the screen door, which happened a lot. Bob had to fix that quite a bit. Now skip forward Christmas 1984-ish. That's when my mom bought Danny his first Dungeons and Dragons book. And that turned out to be his thing for many, many years to come. I can remember in the garage one time, they were playing again. I was pestering them again. I was probably 11-ish. And I can remember the Spencer boys were playing that night, quite a few of them. Some of you might remember this memory. And Danny thought it would be funny to pants me. It was humiliating standing there in my My Little Pony underwear. But that's how he was. And then there's the basement on McClure. We are all terrified of that creepy basement.
Still are.
Yeah, I know, right? Right? 1930, I don't know what's in there, I don't know.
That basement broke my leg.
Carl used to tell stories to Danny and Judy, probably before I was born, to terrify them even more about that basement. I'm sure many of you know how important our British heritage was to Danny and to all of our family. So we are from Rothwell, England. It is a tiny town, 70 miles north of London. Some people still call it Old Roll. I'm wearing the shirt today. The area is called Northamptonshire, or Northants for short. It's a beautiful place where Nana and Granddad settled in on Daisy Bank Avenue. The rest is history. I could go on forever talking about the British family, but instead I would like to read some text messages that they sent me.
Dropped one.
And it's a few, so I'm gonna read it from my phone if that's okay. I think some of you are gonna be very surprised at his cousin Richard's words. Okay. My first memory of Danny was driving to London to collect him and Auntie Barbara from the airport. It was late that night, and I'm pretty sure I slept most of the way on the journey there and back. But I was so excited to meet my family from America. I just had to go. Unfortunately, spending our first day with Danny, he told everyone he told everyone all I did was asleep and was picking my nose, which turned out to be the shape of things to come. He was never shy in giving us shit in his own inimitable way, which kind of made him who he was. It wasn't until I learned of his passing that I sat down and thought back to the many amazing memories and things he introduced me to. That I realized what an enormous impact he had had on my life from the time we spent together. Many of the things that have shaped me seem to have come from Danny, from the love of American sports and all the way to punk rock. He lit the fuse that made me explore and fall in love with them until this day. We had amazing times on London trips to London. Sheila would round us all up and get us on a train from Kettering and down to sightseeing together. Truly special memories that now all those seem almost a lifetime away. Danny fitted straight in with me and Scott and all of our friends. He was so cool that people would be talking about him long after he'd returned to America and looking forward to see him when they knew he was coming back to visit. There will be a Danny-sized hole in everyone's life that met him, I'm sure. I'm grateful for the relatively small time we had to spend together and would like to express my sincerest, heartfelt condolences to his close friends and family in the U.S. Rest in power, Danny, till we meet again. That was from our cousin Richard.
You're doing a great job, Brandy.
Thank you. Okay, this is from cousin Scott, who, he's definitely a punk rocker, and he plays in Florida all the time. He's got a record. Hello, hope you're all well and managed to dig yourselves out of the snow. Here we are, a few words I'd like to attempt for Danny's service. My name is Scott, and I am Danny's cousin from England. Firstly, I would like to thank everyone who is there paying respects, as so many of us can't be. All of you here today will have known Danny way better than I ever did, but of course, we did meet a few times, albeit 30 plus years ago, and these are times that I can remember just about remembered trips from London, playing Dungeons and Dragons for hours and hours and hours, and all the other stuff that kids do. These were indeed great times, and although I wish we could go back too, thinking back now, it does make me sad to think that we all could have done more to stay in touch with each other, and probably should have reconnected over the years with Danny via Facebook. But I'm not sure who was using it least, him or me. But we had connected again. So when I learned the news about Danny, it sucked, and it still does. Even though it had been an age since we met, you're always in my heart. R.I.P. Danny, love you. There were quite a few more texts, and I didn't want to make it too long, but we have many cousins, many aunts, and a lot of family over there also that sent all their condolences. In closing, I just want to say that I'm truly devastated by this huge loss. To Natalie and Austin, you are going through, I'm sorry. I will pray for you the weeks and months to come for strength and peace. I love Danny so much, and he will be on my mind and in my heart forever. May he rest in peace with his parents, my grandparents, and his older sister Joanne, who was my mom. Thank you all for being here and listening. Just a few memories of how I knew Danny Lee. So everyone, cheers to Danny.
Cheers.
Cheers.
No.
Yeah. Okay, let me do this a little bit better this time. Hey, thank you very much, Brandy. Also, next is Sonia, one of Dan's good friends over the years. A little bit better.
Yeah, Sonia.
Horrible whistle.
Hi.
Hi, Sonia.
Hi.
I can't believe you're making me follow that.
They blew him away.
So I don't remember meeting Danny. I have no idea how long we've known each other. But give me a second.
Sure.
So I do know that when Stockwell Road was playing on Thursday nights, this was their practice. I had dialysis after, like, I don't know, I had to be there at like 9 or something, and I just, me, Bonnie, and Danny here Thursday nights before dialysis, and I would show up. I don't know how the fuck I got there, really. But I did. For Stockwell Road, and when Danny got banned, I can remember, yeah, right, but I can remember I would convince them, I would convince Rob or Dave or whoever that, you know, like, I'll watch him. So one night, Danny's goal was to start a fight, always. We all know this, right? Never threw the first punch.
So true.
He would just make you so angry that you would. So I would basically follow him around and pull, like, dude, come on. come on.
Damage control.
Yeah. So there's one night. He's starting shit with somebody. And I pull him back and I'm like, come on, man. Like, I got you in here. Let's just have some fun. Let's just see the show. And the entire time I'm talking to him, he's staring at my tits. Shocking, right? So yeah, he's doing the eye, but like, so I finally, like, I noticed this the whole time, but I finally like, okay, you know what? Fucking behave. And I give you permission to just grab him anytime. He looks up at me and he's like, seriously? Well, sure. If this is gonna get you to calm the fuck down. So, honk. All right, we walk away, and he's good that night. So there's another night. I'm here and he's here, and I really don't know how he got in here. I don't know. Maybe that was one of the times he wasn't banned, and so he walks up to me, doesn't even look at me. He just grabs my tits. So then this other guy behind him, I don't know. I guess he was talking to him. I don't know. This guy I didn't know just comes up and grabs my tits. I get off the bar stool and I'm like, what the fuck? What makes you think it's okay? You don't know me. What? So yeah, that was fun. I don't think I got him banned that night, but maybe I should have. But yeah. Okay, so that's all I got. I miss Danny.
Thank you.
Good.
I think we all have stories like, well, maybe not quite like that, but I think we all have a lot of stories that we can tell. I was telling one earlier that some guys we were remembering about a fight that me and Dan had, but anyway.
The mat on the refrigerator?
Yeah. The Dan Bucks. Who remembers Dan Bucks? Anybody? Yeah.
I found 3.
We'll put them back in print. We'll reprint some.
Good living room. Oh, right.
Matt.
You good, brother? Yeah, I'm good. Bear with me, though. I need a beer party up there, though.
Baby. You have to get a beer too.
All right.
Oh, excellent timing. Pat, are you ready?
I ain't writing up, but I'll say something.
You want to go first?
No, I just like Dan. I procrastinated.
Oh shit.
All right. Unlike Dan, I know how to speak into a microphone. Motherfucker couldn't talk into a microphone. He'd sing, he'd close his eyes, and his microphone would be over here. Dude, right here. That's what he did. I got 2 pages of notes here.
Go for it.
I'm probably going to talk for a minute, if you don't care.
Go for it.
I'm a blabbermouth.
You know.
You take this.
I'll start out here.
Beer. Can you
My name is Matt Milliken. I've had
grab me
drinking
one?
problems
Yes.
for
What are you drinking?
most of my life.
Coors Light.
Bottle. Thank you, Anna.
When I first met Danny, I went to Ben Davis High School. I was a punk rocker, walking the halls of Ben Davis. And there weren't no punks at Ben Davis. None. 0. And this strange guy walks up to me and says, hey man, you're into punk? I was like, yeah, sure. He said, man, if you ever get your ass kicked, yell my name. My name's Danny Johnson. I'll be right there, and I'll get my ass kicked with you. That's how I met him. That's what he said. I was like, dude, I thought you were going to help me. He wanted to get his ass kicked with
Oh,
me.
thank you.
So we hit it off from there. All the way from the Mars Hill house, Stars old house, in the basement.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
Fuck, the whole goddamn upstairs didn't even have drywall. It was bottles of whiskey just shoved through the wall.
And it was
The
fun as
whole wall
fuck.
was. I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, but after it was done, it was just a blur of just bottles in the wall. It was kind of cool looking. Plus, you can kind of throw your drugs down there if the cops came. I remember the first time I went over to that house and I knocked on the door. No one would answer the door. So I'm like beating on the door. I can hear the fucking music playing in there. I'm beating on the door. Danny finally opens up the door. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you knocking on my fucking door? And I was like, is it your house? And he was like, don't ever knock on the door. The cops only knock. Just walk in.
True.
I mean, that was him. Remember the fucking flag on the roof? And the wrestlers across the street in the wrestling rink? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't like us. Danny went out there and spray painted a big anarchy sign on the fucking American flag. Yeah, so he was... shit. So many memories, man. I can go on for days with this. Where's Cass at? Yeah. We used to go to the Triangle Bar all the time. All the fucking time. Man. That was a bar that probably should have been shut down longer than it was. Some things went on in that bar that was a good thing there weren't cameras. Shit. Yeah, we had some great times there. Me and Danny just drunken blur. The Forest Hill Apartments. Shit. All the way to Washington Boulevard.
Seen that house.
Danny would let
on
anyone.
Cops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, several times on Cops.
Danny would fucking
There
let.
in the Chase Bank parking lot.
Okay.
On Cops several fucking times. I
We
can
weren't
point the house
ever
out.
on that fucking show. Danny would let anyone spend the night. You didn't ask, hey Dan, can I spend the night here? You just fucking did it. There was a band that was from out of town. They didn't have nowhere to fucking go. Where'd they go? Danny's house. The dude just opened his arms to anyone. He really did. If you knew him. I mean, yeah, you hear all these stories about him picking fights and everything, but that was a test. That was a Danny Johnson test. He walked up to you and he was like, I want to put my dick in your mouth. If you got offended by that, you weren't going to be cool with Danny.
I want to fuck
Yeah.
you in the mouth.
I want to fuck you in the mouth.
Hey, Matt, he kissed Chris the first time they met.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he did. Like, he used to come up at shows we go to. I can't even count how many shows we go to. Festivals, music festivals. And, you know, of course, watching 2 hours of music, you want to take a break, go out, smoke a cigarette, do whatever you're doing. I would stay there and watch bands play. And as soon as he got back, boot to the ass, right behind my neck. Fuck you. That's what he did. I'm going to hear that one night. I want to fuck you.
I'm so cool with you.
Yeah, the Washington Boulevard days were the shit, you know. Rub lived 2 doors down with Rob Flynn, who you guys know who Rob Flynn is. But man, the parties and the hanging out that we did there were just phenomenal. I mean, I mean, there's pictures on here that I've seen him rolling around on the fucking floor with someone. I don't even know who it is. I even called Emily. I was like, Emily, who am I rolling on the floor with? She's like, I have no idea. It must have been Errol because he has Chuck Taylors on it. Right there. There it is. There's a picture.
I think that's Andy.
And of course, Danny's there going, yeah.
It's always Andy. It's always Andy.
Oh, it may have been the Jews. Okay. May have been. He probably got lost on right here.
That's a good picture. That's a good picture.
Shit. I can go on for hours with this shit, man. Hours and hours. Melanie, shit. We had the best times here on this stage and that front one right there. I seen Danny do so much stupid shit. He's probably got the record for being banned here the most, I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, cheers to that. I mean, it is what it is.
You usually only get banned once.
Dude, I paid, I'm not shitting you. You can ask Rob wherever he's at. I paid $100 deposit. I came to Dave and Rob and said, look, let Danny in for one night. Here's a $100 bill. I swear, if he starts eating
this is all
shit,
true.
you keep the fucking $100, kick him out, and I'm out $100. They actually went disgusted. They were like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. They were like, okay, hold on. And then came back and were like, no, we decided that we're going to go ahead and go with your plan. And I was like, fuck, dude. So then he was like, I'm not going to fucking cost you $100. I'm not going to do nothing stupid.
That night.
He went a couple times.
Yeah. I think it was the second time after that.
And then we would stand right over here, and he would look at me and say, see that guy over there at that booth? That art fag? Okay, yeah. I'm going to get the guy to punch me in the face. And he'd walk off, and I'm like, what are you doing? What? That was Dan. That was fucking Dan. Who doesn't eat cheese on their fucking cheese?
No cheese, just salt.
Dan. Yeah, I'm going to the drive-thru, man. You want something? Yeah, give me a Whopper with cheese. Get back, no fucking cheese on it. Why ain't there cheese on the sandwich? Oh, I don't get cheese on my sandwiches. Yeah, on yours. I eat cheese on yours. I thought you ain't getting me cheese. So when we were in Vegas,